We can go ahead and get started with today's POELAB notes. Now that I think about it, I don't know which, you mentioned that there was clutter in PoE. Which part is cluttered to you? Because to me, it's the menus. However, that's me in my own bubble of knowing where things are. I've played significantly less PoE than pretty much most people, most other major streamers at this point. Because of, you know, calculus and probability. And trying to figure out what the chances of... What are the chances of pulling... of a jar of 4 balls, where 2 of them are blue and 2 of them are orange. You take out one ball, and then take out a second ball blindly. You're told one of them is orange. And I need to figure out what the chances are of the second one being orange. Now that I think about that, the reason they said, well... Actually, hold on. Now that I say that question out loud, I just realized something. You take out 2, and you're told one of them is at least orange. Or at least the second one is orange. That means at least one of them is orange. So don't necessarily need to calculate the probability of pulling out when the second one is finding out the probability of when the second one is orange. I need to figure out the probability total of at least one being orange. Which means I need to figure out probability of you drawing 2 oranges, 1 orange and 1 blue, then 1 blue and 1 orange. That might be it. Number 1 is menu bar. Honestly, doubt anyone ever uses that. That is an Esper Gauntlet. The size mainly known 99% for lab competence of things like Legion, Cheat Sheet, or etc. below are unnecessary IMO. I do agree that most people just use the site for lab. However, we're trying to add like any additional resource we can think of that are helpful. That is helpful. Unfortunately, because the website is known 99% for lab, no one really uses those extra resources. So we put them on the homepage in hopes that at least someone sees one of those and tests them out as additional resource.
Where there's a golden key, there must be a golden door.
So while removing all that extra stuff would like reduce the clutter, it comes at the drawback of not really advertising any of the other content we have.
Let the day
which some people, which good for everyone else, bad for us because we make all that content that no one uses, essentially. Any additional resources should be gathered under a menu point for other content or something, or useful info. Hold on. So it should be change things to be more broad in terms of here's a menu for lab content and here's a menu for non-lab content.
Argus does enjoy you play things.
Okay, yeah. Lab is 80%, other stuff 20%. Okay, so make the lab stuff more prominent while keeping the other stuff a bit smaller. This is the struggle. This is the personal struggle of.
You were born for this. Pity the Emperor who sits alone on his throne.
Now, I agree with the fact that for lab-focused content, those changes would be a lot better. But this is where the struggle, or the, I guess, internal debates of yes, that works for lab content, but we also want to... We make other content, we want people to use it, so... it wouldn't be good for the other content. We recognize that most people are here for lab content, so we should make that more prominent and have it less cluttered. But we also want people to potentially use all the other content, so it's like... that results in unfortunate amount of clutter. Hold on. I got... Focus got split. Okay. This is... That's a hidden coffer. That's actually not like a... notable thing. And you're even here early, dolls, and you forgot to get your guess in. I'm gonna run around this. Another dark shrine. That's 2 dark shrines. This is gonna be a long lab. We had a 4-room start, and this is a 3-room section as well. 9-room lab is actually in the books. It is actually possible. Because we're in 7 rooms total. If the next section is 2 rooms, there's a 9-room. 8-room is out of the question. Or yeah, it's no longer 8-room is no longer possible. Let's see, I do very much see... I can run that by the team, because I absolutely understand that. However, I do have the feeling that everyone's gonna probably, like, not necessarily want those changes due to, again, the existence and prominence of the other content and tools that we're trying to make. That being said, I feel like I should put the puzzle solutions on the front page, or a link to the puzzle solutions on the front page, because that would be handy for everyone to see that page exists. Is that right now? I do that right now. Right now, that page to me is incredibly useful, but is unfortunately buried. Maybe I should look into that. There is a puzzle solution page for lab, so, you know all those switch puzzles and stuff for lab? We have a page that lists all the solutions, and in addition there's an interactive puzzle solver on that page.
An emperor strikes without hesitation. An emperor is only as efficient as those he commands.
And we've had that page for a while, but it's unfortunately buried because we just haven't really gotten around to, like, trying to figure things out. Because we know what's under, like, Labyrinth guides, and then there's a puzzle solution page under Labyrinth guides. But we know that, not everyone else knows that, and that's not very intuitive to find. It used to be on its own button, however, again, we had really bad menus within menus problems, so we kind of trimmed it down to landing page. This is not a 9-room lab. Also, yeah, for the team, it's myself, and it's myself who is the front runner in terms of, like, trying to keep up with content, trying to make any content to add to the site, organizing things, which is why I'm doing my best to try and take feedback. This is the weird part where it's like I'm in my own bubble, so things work for me, but they don't work for everyone else. So I gotta try and remember to like still think about that and take in any sort of feedback that's being given, or at least listen and try to consider. I also am primary person behind all the lab notes, like actually physically doing them. In addition to myself, there is Dan. Dan is one of the other co-founders. He manages a lot of the back-end finances, as well as additional help with content. Whenever he is available, he runs the normal Cruel Lab notes. And then in addition to that, we have two people who work on the server stuff and website coding, which is Smoke and Matt. Matt is the most recent person who is the primary. He's our primary server IT dude at this point. And Smoke is more of a backup and coding person. And then I guess two additional people who work with us are Future Code and JP. Future Code is the person who made and is responsible for the upkeep and maintenance of the lab compass. We're not responsible for that. It's primarily him. Because I do the lab notes, I make the compass files every day, in addition to the lab notes. And then JP is the person who makes the analyzer, which is the program that helps me make the images faster. Who is the website designer? We don't have a dedicated designer. Okay, if you would like to know how the design of the website came about, it was just we first started on, I think it was Wix, and we threw things together and it was a mess. We eventually disastrously moved over to WordPress after the most fumbly, disastrously attempt possible. It was really bad when we moved over because changing code over and redesigning everything from the ground up in a program that we didn't know how to use was a mess. Eventually, after like a couple months, we finally got the hang of it and got templates and whatnot and started working through WordPress like that. And it wasn't really any single person. It was myself trying to figure out everything fastest, so I kind of set everything up as quickly as I could to try and get something that worked. And that was the first iteration of the WordPress site. Eventually we cleaned things up and we implemented templates, and that was the second iteration of the site. When we implemented the templates, we tried to use your design musty that was originally given with the 3 images with a big banner. We got something similar to that, not exact, but we tried to get something similar, and that worked for a while. But then after using that for a while and talking to other people around, we decided to change it again because apparently that homepage that was not really intuitive either, or how we had implemented wasn't necessarily intuitive. I'll clarify with that the fact that the way we implemented wasn't that great. And then that is the current situation where it's this kind of all of us just throwing our faces at it to see if we can get something working. So not necessarily anything dedicated. It really is just us trying to figure out how things work and making it work and like trying to get it to work. Yeah, well, we are using one of those tools. We're using WordPress on a bunch of templates that we bought, and the templates are really good. We just don't have a good setup. That's the problem. That's why it changes. We have drastic changes every now and then, because apparently the program and the software and all the templates that we have is good. It's just that
aspirant can afford.
we don't necessarily know 100% how it works and how to code all the CSS and all that.
You must navigate
And as a result, we don't really, and none of us are professional web designers, so we just kind of try and make something.
command is to act.
What is the end goal monetized site? The site's already monetized.
I die.
The end goal, we don't necessarily have a solid end goal, it's just like improve the site. Keep the live notes up to date, improve the site, make any additional tools that we think would be helpful for people. Such as the, that syndicate cheat sheet where you can filter by person. There's also the full syndicate cheat sheet. We have divination card and prophecy databases. And they're databases as in you can search by every single field, whether it be by card, by item, by name of the card, by name of items, by card stacks. And in addition to the prophecy and div card stuff, prophecy areas and prophecy items. Those pages also have direct links to trade sites as well. So if you're like, you want to see you go to POELAB, you go to the prophecy, say, Calms, or like, insert this prophecy, where do I complete it? Or insert this prophecy, where can I buy it? We can have direct links to that. Before I continue, let me go ahead and get these lab notes made. Sorry about that.